this deal. Our club furnishes our uniforms. We buy them.
Okay.
But there's no money that comes in at all to any of our men. We never get paid for doing a funeral.
Right.
We'd never charge for a funeral. We pay our own gas. We clean our own uniforms. And we feed ourselves when we're on the road, whatever it takes. And we consider it an honor. Comrades helping comrades.
Oh, yes.
And we want to be active in that. But there's nothing that I know of that touches an old veteran or a young veteran. It's for somebody to come up and say, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
That's all that's necessary, just thank you. Or a young man came to us just recently and says, you took care of Grandpa's funeral, and we'll never forget you.
Right.
That's fine, but that's what we do.
Exactly. And you know, that sticks with people. It stays in the heart. And I'll tell you, it's just one thing you can take extra pride in.
That's right. A few years ago, we didn't have a clubhouse, and we used the courthouse, and we didn't have no place to put our rifles, and this was, you know. So we went on a fundraiser in Jackson County at all the business, and we raised enough money and built our own clubhouse. And we have a nice place now.
Very good, very good.
And we're very proud of it, so we've got people that takes care of everything.
You know, I noticed that different chapters have different things for the community too, like a Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't have Thanksgiving, but the veterans are making that possible for them.
Right.
Inviting them on in.
Yeah, the different groups, we have in our 5th district, we have, I don't know exactly how many chapters we have, but they're always ready to help.
Always ready to help.
Always.
And that is so good, because there are a lot of people, a lot of families right here in this community and Jackson as well that need this type of help. They need the support. They need somebody to, you know, be there for them and be there with them. And we can count on the veterans.
That's right. And these kids that will be with us Friday, and not only with us, my granddaughter is a first-year freshman with ROTC in Ohio, and I'm proud of her. She says, yes, sir, now.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and it puts some structure in their life. And the kids that are in ROTC now will be some of the next group that goes into the service and stands for our country. So it's important that we back these kids in this group.
Exactly right. You know, people need to stop and realize every time you see an American flag, take pride in that flag and stand up for being an American, our freedoms, because they have men and women bled and died that we can have these freedoms today. That's what it's all about.
Yes. I'm talking with a young man right now that was in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Right.
He was wounded. He's back home. He's not yet able to go out into the public per se.
Right.
But he will later on as he gets his strength back and so forth and so on.
Exactly.
These young men and young women are something else for our country. We have a young lady that stands by as an M1 rifle, and she is tremendous. Tremendous.
Wonderful.
Tremendous. So.
And you know, that's our future Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines.
That's right.
You know, because a lot of times they go from the ROTC program and they move in to the full ranks.
That's right. I have a young friend in Tennessee. All he ever wanted to do was fly an airplane in the Marine Corps, and that's what he's doing now.
Right. He
has just been promoted to captain, and he's just about got his 10 years in, and
right.
He'll sign up for 10 more. He's a fine young man.
Mm-hmm. And you know, the thought just occurred to me, a lot of people under the sound of our voice and watching by the way of TV, that might be all you know the veterans as, or all you know the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, Marines. You might know them just as a movie that you may have saw. That this man has seen the real life movie. He's been the movie, amen? And it's in real life. It's not pretend. This man has been right on the front lines, and he stood for this country.
Well, we've got some fine people that's in the service now, but the service has a draft or had a draft.
Right.
That they couldn't get enough men and women, so they had to have a draft. But do you know, they're meeting their quota now.
Right.
Of volunteers.
Volunteers.
And that's a plus. These young men and women of the mountains, they've always gone when they're needed.
Exactly. What is some telephone numbers that we can get a hold of you?
My number is, I'm the chaplain for the chapter 165.
Okay.
My number is 606-843-7797.
7797.
My commander is a working man. He's a school teacher.
Well, good.
So he's a busy man, but our adjutant, Jim Brandt, you can reach him at 287-8828.
8828.
Yeah.
There needs to be some people calling these gentlemen